Hey guys. Okay, so I know it's been a minute since I have recorded a video for y'all. So I'm just going to catch y'all up real quick with what's been going on. So last Sunday was my sister's birthday, and we went to the cemetery. We did the balloons and the cake and, the whole thing that we do for her. And then that night I got home and we ate dinner. And then I started not feeling so good. And let's see, so I ended up just laying down. I went and laid down in my room for a little bit because I was having kind of a headache. And, I could feel like the fever coming in my eyes, like, that feeling, like when your head is hot and your eyes can feel it. So I started feeling like that. So I ended up just going to bed. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I was running really high fever. And when I run fever, it's like I run extremely high fever. It's like I don't know, it's kind of weird. But that's just kind of the way I've always been. So, like, whenever I got, the virus we're not supposed to talk about, whenever I got that, I ran for like 3 days. I ran like 104, 105 fever. And like, but that's like normally that's a normal thing for me when I am sick like that. So, this one kind of was different. Like, I don't know, it was just kind of odd. And it lasted a little bit longer than what normally, would be. And my throat is still really sore. I still have a cough, which I never have gotten rid of my cough. Like, really, if I think about it, like, I've kind of constantly kept a cough since last year when I got sick. So, but they said that's just like a side effect of that. Like, it's nothing really they can do. So, anyway, so it just kind of made it worse. The last 2 days, let's see, so it's been about 7 days now. So for those 5 days, I was still feeling really bad, but the last 2 days, yesterday and the day before, and then most of today, so I guess almost 3 days, I've kind of felt a lot better. So I'm in here trying to get some of my work done. I've got like so many projects going, it's not even funny. But my head would hurt even thinking about trying to come in here and get some of this stuff going. So, but I did get sleep yesterday and the day before, or well, last night and the day before. I did get some extra sleep. So I enjoyed that. Like, I really took advantage of this weekend, because, like, also I homeschool my kids. So even if I'm sick, it doesn't matter. Like, I still have to, I still have things I have to do. Like, that's just what moms do. Like, all moms know that. It doesn't matter if you're sick. You still have to get up. You still have to do things. And I still have to, do the schooling and breakfast and lunch and dinner and cooking and cleaning, the whole thing. You still have to do those things. So I just felt like I wasn't getting sleep. So whenever Friday night came and then Saturday night, I took advantage of that and I slept. So, and my kids are so good about, being helpful and being quiet, whenever mommy doesn't feel good. And my oldest daughter really helps me. If my husband's at work, then she kind of steps up and helps me with my little one. So, anyways, I just wanted to catch y'all up real quick about, like, why I haven't posted, and like, it's been at least a week now. And it's just because I was sick and exhausted. Like, I don't know, I just needed some rest, and I had to break that fever. So, but I don't have fever now. I'm good now. I mean, I still kind of have a slight headache, and I'm still kind of sluggish feeling, but other than that, I'm good. So, okay, so what I was doing here is I just took some scrap papers is what I did, and I used this little scrap paper to make a little, like, mini booklet thing. Like, I glued it right there to that page, and then I glued this page to this glassine bag right here. And I'm just making, I guess it'd be kind of like a glue book, but not really. No, I don't know what you would call this because it's not a glue book. I'm not sure. I'm just putting this little thing together to send to somebody because I made a Happy Meal package for this lady that I just love all of her work. I love what she does. She's very inspiring. She inspires so many people. She inspired me. She really helped me, and she has no idea how much she helped me. But I made a Happy Meal package for her, and it got lost in the mail. It's like stuck somewhere. I'm not sure. It's not moved in days. So, the post office said that it's pretty much, it's lost in transit, I think is what she'd said. So I'm going to have to make something else. And it's really sad because I had some really nice, like original vintage items in there that you can't replace that kind of stuff. So it's heartbreaking, but it's okay because, you know, we can get more. Okay, so, I feel like I've been talking. Okay, I'm going to try not to talk so much. So what I'm going to do is, oh, also, because she is, I believe she is in France, and she has a lot of, like, her own, like, antiques and stuff. Like, if I'm wrong where she's at, like, I can't remember. I'd have to look at her address again. But, so I apologize if I'm wrong on that, but I do believe that's where it's at. So I thought that I would give her some vintage, like, American stuff. So I went digging, and I pulled out a bunch of, like, my, like, old stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, like, build her a little, kind of like a little sample type thing of pages in, from some of my stuff. So I just grabbed some random papers and stuff that I have. Let's see. These are just like invoices. So I'm gonna grab a couple of these. Maybe I'll get like one of each color. I think that would be kind of cool. Let me get a better, well, I guess that one's fine. It doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is just grab a couple things from these vintage, yeah, we'll do one of each in that one too. And then, let's see. I know I had some later date stuff in here. I have stuff that goes all the way back to, like, I believe it's like 1901 or something. And then my 1800 stuff I have put up, and I need to find out where that's at. I need to go digging in my boxes and find all my, like, really old stuff. But these are really cool. You get, like, a little receipt thing in the back, and then a little order thing. So I'm going to throw one of those in there. Does she have, is that the same thing as this one? Yeah, that's kind of the same thing. Alright, so I'm going to get, like, some color to it also. Grab, oh, that one's connected. Oh, no, I almost ripped that. I mean, I did rip it, but it could have ripped all the way through. This one's kind of cute. A bunch of these are kind of the same. Well, no, these are actually different here. Okay, I don't know. I don't want too much of the same type of stuff. I want, like, some different. These are just more invoices and receipts. I tried to just grab, like, a random assortment, and I might have not grabbed random enough. Do I have something like that one there? This is just another order form, I believe. And there's some old papers, just like some old handwriting. I should probably just throw that over there. Oh, here we go. Here's like a color paper here. That one is cute, and it has a little stamp on it. Oh, okay. It's like that. I like that. Well, I grabbed too many of them. I might take that paper off of that, though. Because I don't want to put too many of the, of like this page in there. I feel like there's too many of those. I think I grabbed from the wrong stacks. And it's, these are, they're not the same, but they're looking the same, if that makes sense. I have nowhere to sit this down, so I'm having to hold this. Oh, here we go. Here's a nice one. Another nice pink one. Another blue one. Is that an actual receipt? Oh, it's just kind of a paper. More invoices. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. Let me move these. And move all this. Let me find somewhere to sit this. Okay. In here is some of my other, like, really old stuff. I have, like, some really old deeds and stuff in here. Yeah, this one's 1911. What is this? Not sure what that is. Here's another one, 1912. I just love these papers. And this one has, like, another little receipt, like, attached to it. This is, like, the big of that little mini that I made. And I put those little tiny brads and I folded it over. Like, that's kind of like what I did with that little mini. And here's one that says 1913. This one is really cool. And this one has, like, the embossed stamp there. And it's huge. Look how big this is. That's a really long. So, maybe I can throw this one in there for her. But I want some other, like, random papers and stuff, too. Not sure what that is. And this, there's actually a really cool story behind these papers. All this came from an office of a gentleman that, well, actually, I wrote me some notes. His name was Homer. Where's my notes? Okay, here's my notes. Yeah. His name was Homer, and he was born in 1876. This was a client of his. It wasn't a family member. I thought at first this was a family member, but it's actually not. This was actually a client. He was a lawyer, and he defended people in, like, divorce and child custody cases and stuff like that. And far as we can tell, he didn't lose any cases, which is kind of cool. When I received these papers, my daughter, she's really interested in history and stuff, and she loves these old papers. So she helped me look it up. And yeah, Homer C. Ellis is the attorney. And this was one of his clients. And it's actually on this folder. It says Black Shear right here. This is, like, his case was in this folder. Yeah, so Homer, it's kind of a sweet, but, like, like, not sad, but, like, kind of sad, actually. I'm gonna say that. It is kind of sad. Because, okay, so Homer got married to, this lady. I cannot remember her name. It was a beautiful name. It started with an M. It was a beautiful name. I think, like, was it Margaret or something? I think it was, like, Margaret or something. So they got married. And she was, like a year under him, a year younger than him, I believe. But they were married for a long time. They only had one son. And Homer outlived both of them. And that's the sad part, is, like, they had a long, happy life. So that part was, you know, awesome. you know, I'm sure he enjoyed his life. He had a lot of great things. Oh, I keep getting sidetracked. So my daughter did some research, and that's how we found out all this information. So she's really big into that, which I love, because most teenagers are not, and she's a younger teenager, so they're not really into stuff like this. But my daughter just loves it. So that's where I'm getting all this information from, is she helped me research everything about him. Okay, so back to where I was. So he was a lawyer. And then they had their son. And then the wife died in 1947. And then his son died in 1948. Like, just, like, right afterwards. And then, but Homer, he lived, though, until, like, I think it was, like, 1997 or 1998. And that's when he died. So he had a very long life, and it's just so sad that he outlived both his wife and his son. Yeah, it's just sad. And then all of the stuff from his estate went to an auction, because he had no family, because his mother and father had died. He had some siblings. They had all died before, like, they died early, like in the 20s. They had got some kind of disease or something, or sickness, and they all died. So he was the last of his siblings, and then he only had one child. So that, like, the family kind of stopped with him, and that's the part that kind of, like, made me sad about it. So anyways, okay, so now that I just love going through these papers, y'all. I'm sorry. And this is unopened, actually. Look, it's still sealed. It's in Paris, Texas. That's not far from me. It's really cool. I just love stuff like this. And I could just read. And this paper is like, I wish I could find this kind of paper. I don't know what kind of paper this is. But it's like, it's not see-through. It's kind of like it's not see-through unless you want it to be. Like, I know that doesn't make sense. But, like, I can hold it like this and read it. Or I can hold it up and then it'll be, like, see-through. Like, you know, if I wanted it to be. So, it's really cool. I just love the feel of it. It has a weird kind of texture that is, it's really nice. But I'm not sure what kind of paper that is. And it has a watermark. Like, well, I know I'm not going to be able to, because I have to hold it like this to be able to see it. But right here, it has a watermark in the paper. So, that's really cool. I would love to have some of this paper for my deed journals. That would be amazing paper for a deed journal. Okay, so, I'm supposed to be getting some stuff to put back over here. What am I doing? I need to get back on track. Okay. This was application for subpoena. Yeah, all this is going to be law-related paper. Oh, my goodness. Look at this paper. Oh, this feels like that onion skin paper. I bet that's what this is. I'm willing to bet this is onion skin. You know, that vintage typewriting paper? Oh, I wish I had some of that. I need to try to find some of that. This is, oh, I love this. And you can, like, fill the little seal. And you got the little star, the Lone Star, in the notary's stamp. Yep. I used to be a notary. I mean, I technically still am a notary. I just haven't renewed my license. I have a notary stamp and all of that. I did it for a few years. I'm not sure what paper I want to put in there. I kind of want to put some of this cool paper like this in there. Okay, we'll do that. I don't want her to think, though, like, why are you giving me all papers for a subpoena? Like, you know, is that weird? It's just because I like the paper and the oldness of it. But is it weird that it's, you know, like a law thing? I mean, I don't think so. Because I have, like, French and German papers that it could be anything. I have no idea what it is. It could be law. It could be it could say the weirdest stuff in the paper. I would have no clue because I don't know how to speak the language. I don't know how to read it. So I don't think that it really matters, right? Like what kind of papers we put in there. I mean, that's the way I kind of see it. I think she would appreciate the paper, though, just because of the feel of it. I think she would like it. I'm going to give her this one here, too. Okay, so we got us some old papers. And then, let's see. See, I usually go to my other stack, but I'm trying to stay with, like, I don't want to give her two. I shouldn't give her two pinks, huh? I feel like that's too much pink. Because I also have this pink one. I don't know. Okay, let me see. We'll just think about it. I feel like I don't want to give it too. I don't want it to be too, you know, like, I don't like bold colors like that. Like, I like this one because it's kind of dulled down. So this one's okay. But this one here's kind of bright too, but it's orange, so I don't think it counts. Let me make sure I'm recording. Am I recording? Okay, yes, I'm recording. Okay, so here is my thing that I need it to go in, which I think I've gotten kind of out of hand here because I don't think that's all going to fit in there. So I'm probably going to have to make something else for this to go in. And, oh, also, I pulled out some of this. This is just some vintage, like, accounting receipts. Oh, wait, it's upside down for y'all, like that. I love to make tags and stuff with these. This one's a whole big strip of it. Like, it just goes on forever and ever. So, I pulled out some of that. Maybe I could just give her this. Like, I was going to actually make a book with this stuff. But then if I do that, she can't really use it, you know? Like, so I want it to be, but I don't want to just, like, be like, you know, throw it all in an envelope and be like, here you go. Like, I don't want to do that either. Like, I want to make it pretty and presentable, but I don't want to actually use the papers because I want her to be able to use them in, you know, her journals. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that without messing it all up because I don't want to mess it up. Like, this one would be a really cool one to make. Like, if it was me, I would cut it right here. Cut this in half, because this is thick. And then I could have two journal, like, cases out of it. Like, this would be a journal, like, cover. And this could be, like, a journal cover, like, here, right? So, but I don't want to make that decision for her. So, for her, I said that weird. So I guess what I'm trying to do is make it pretty, but not use the papers, which is almost impossible. I don't know why I put these weird, you know, strict things on myself like this. Because I want her to use them in her own stuff, you know. I don't want to use them for, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. What I might do, actually, I think this one might do. Okay, so what I did with the previous one that is, you know, someone's going to get real lucky if they get that package. They're going to, you know, if they appreciate journals and stuff, it's going to be like, you know, Christmas to them. So I think what I'm going to do is make a little journal thing, okay? And then, and I can make it with some papers like this. Just make a little mini, like a small one, you know? And then send all this, like, I can wrap it up real pretty, like in some vintage wrapping paper or, you know, something like that. And this can be just like a little, you know, just a little extras. Just extras for her to use in her journals. But I have so much of this stuff, like all these office papers. I have so much of that I could just make a whole nother, like, little mini journal out of it. And I don't have to mess with her papers. I think that's what I need to do. So let me keep, so I know that all this is going to her. Let me put that separate like that. And then what I'll do is pull out, hold on. I know, I need, I'm like, I have too much stuff over here. Okay. So what I'm going to do, this is what I'm saying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some of these back out. Some of the one, all these that I pulled out a while ago. So I'm going to pull some of these out. Also, if y'all want some, like if y'all want some of this, like these old papers or whatever, I have stuff from, I think it's like the 1920s to the 1940s. I'm going to be listing a bunch of this stuff on Etsy because it's just too much. So I'm going to be making, like little, like junk journal kits from, like it's all going to be vintage stuff. There's nothing, new in it. It's going to be vintage, papers and, you know, envelopes and all that stuff. So I can kind of clear some stuff out. Okay, let me try getting gear here. Let's try to get something done, like for real. Let's try to get something done for real this time. No him hawing around. Oh, that's cute. There's like a Western Union, what's it called? Like telegram thing. Do we want some of that? No, I got one of those. Got one of those. Do I have one of these? Nope, I don't have one of those. Yeah, I have so much of this, y'all. Like, I'm gonna make some, they're gonna be really cute sets, too. Like, all the stuff that, like, because normally when you see, like, whenever you're making a junk journal, you want to have a variety of stuff. But a lot of times, if you don't buy all that stuff separate, then, you know, you can't have all the little cool things in there. So, you have, like, what I've had to do over time is I've had to just buy, you know, all of these, okay, what, I don't want that one, I want this one, but it's like, there's so many of these together. I'll just put it over there. So, I've had to buy these huge lots of different things so that I have a variety of stuff in my journals. And it would have been nice if I could have just bought, you know, a set of a little of this, little of that, like, you know, little things kind of thrown in there. So, like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make what I wish I could have, you know, bought for my journals. Like all the little goodies included with a bunch of random junk papers and stuff like that. Like the milk caps, like the little paper milk caps, and what else? I have like tea cards and oh, just all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna be putting some stuff like that together. Okay. Alright, let's get this thing together really quick, because I've already just sitting here hem-hawing around and doing nothing. But it feels so nice to be back in here, y'all. It feels so good to, like, you know, start feeling normal again, you know? Let's see. That's a good size for this one here. And technically, I guess she could use the ones that I put in here, you know? If I do it right, she'll be able to, maybe I should go that way. Yeah. If I do it right, she will be able to still use papers from this little journal here. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to fold this up and make it like a pocket. So I can, you know, stick some more little goodies in there. I'm not going to put an extra one of that in there. Looks too close to that one. Okay, so that one's going that way. I'm going to make this one go this way. So that one will go like that. And I can just rip that bottom off or something. And I'm going to have to take this one out. Oh, but I really love that rusted, because it's like, it's a natural, like, rusted staple. So I kind of don't want to take that staple out. But I'm going to have to, because they all have staples. Well, you know what? Actually, I can leave that one, and I can take this one out, because that one has a really nice rusted look to it, but this one really doesn't. So I'm going to take this one out. Because this one, I mean, it's rusted, but it's not, it doesn't look as cool as that one. Neither does that one. So, these are going to be like my pages. So I'm going to make, all these are going to be my pages in here. I might not put every one of those in there, but I'm going to put quite a bit of these. This is going to be like a little mini document journal. It's going to be made out of all these invoices and, what is it? Invoice and order forms. Let me get some of this one here. Oh, that is so nice. I wonder if that's going to crack. Oh, do y'all think it's going to crack? Because it feels like it might. Should I just do it? Let me just do it. Oh, it's starting to crack. Yep. Okay. Well, I can just be really easy with it, and I could put some washi or something on there. I should have just did a, you know, where you just put the washi on this side and then just put it in. What is it called? I can't think of what that's called. A tip-in. Yeah, I should have done a tip-in. See, this one has a really nice staple too, but I've got to take some of these apart. So, it's just got to happen. I can't save them all. I should do, I've been making some of my old papers because I used them all up. So, like my faux old papers. I think it'd be kind of cool to show y'all like how I do mine. Like my old documents and stuff. I can show y'all an example in just a minute of one of them that I did. I love this on there. I love those kind of the reinforcement things. I like those. Okay, so this one's going to go like that. Oh, that one's almost cracking too. I'm going to have to be careful with some of these. And I want some of this Hardware Company. Should I go this way? Or should I go this? Oh, no, I have to go this way because there is that stamp. It's like an embossed stamp, so I want to make sure I don't cover that up. Okay, so let me see how thick I am. Yeah, that's pretty, that's getting pretty thick. So, let's see. You know what? I might just leave them alone. I should have just did that with this one too. I'm kind of liking it where they're hanging out. I'm kind of liking that. Yeah, I like that. So where's my really rusted? Here's that really rusted, I believe. Well, they're all, like, some of these are just really nice. This one's also really nice rusted. But this one here is the one that I really like. So what I'm going to do is, let's see. Maybe I can just gently fold that one. Like that. Yeah, that looks nice like that too. Let me see. I want to grab one of these now. I may just do it like this. I know that that's not what I wanted to do. But, I really want, that's way too big. I really want to get this sent off to her, because I feel like, you know, like, I want her to get the stuff. I don't want her to think that, like, because I had to ask her, like, hey, you know, like, and be like a weirdo, like, hey, can I have your address? Because I'd really like to send you something, like, you know, you're such an inspiration and all that, and, like, you know, like being a weirdo about it. And then, like, she doesn't get anything. She's gonna be like, okay, that was odd. So, now I'm kind of feeling weird, like, oh my gosh, I've got to get something back out to her, because she doesn't know the other thing is, like, stuck in the limbo mail world and is, like, gone forever. And so now I'm, like, having to, like, I don't have to. This is just a self-imposed, like, forced thing that I do to myself. But I feel like now I'm like, you know, I've got to get her something, because she's gonna think I'm a weirdo. And it's genuinely just, I just really admire her. And I start stressing myself out. So what I may do is just send stuff kind of like this, and then I can make her, because I made a really beautiful junk journal with a bunch of I used the last of my vintage, and, like, some of them were antique lace pieces. Yeah, like, it kind of hurts my heart. Anyways, so I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to make just like a sloppy journal is what I call them, where you just kind of randomly throw papers in here. So it's just a collection of papers. So it, you don't actually sew anything in. You don't do any of that, because I want her to be able to use any of the stuff that she, you know, wants to use of it. So that's what this is going to be. It's going to be my sloppy document journal. I made a new name. I love how this does, like, this, like, you know, like, all these different layers like that. I want it up there, but this one's messing it up. Which one's messing it up? This dude right here. We're gonna have to fix you somehow. You're gonna have to go on another page, because you're messing up the flow. Let's see. Let's stick you back here. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I love, like, the little stair step, like, layers too. I keep messing it up. I get it good, and then my finger will knock it off again. Okay, so I love that. I love the little stair stepper kind of look to it. These are all kind of extra ones, and I want to throw this one in there too, but it's getting kind of full, and I got to figure out what way I'm gonna close it up also. Yeah, so, oh, what I was saying was, though, that I feel like it'll be okay if I was to just send her, like, the little stuff that I wanted to send, and then I have more time to make her another junk journal. And then I can send that whenever I have it done and I have it ready, because I have to start all over again. So I'm thinking of sending just a little Happy Meal thing like this. I can make some tags, throw that in there, and maybe a few, like, little of my special trinkets and stuff. Like, I have a bunch of these old keys, and these are like actually authentic. These are real keys that were used. So I could give her some stuff like that that's, like, special to me. That's, you know, like, my mom got me these. These are from her. So, yeah, I'm thinking I might do that. I can just send her some little, you know, ephemera trinkets and some papers and stuff, and then I'll have more time to make her an actual junk journal again. And I know a bunch of y'all are probably like, what are you so freaking out about? Why are you so crazy over this? It's just what I do to myself, y'all. It's just how I am. Like, it drives my husband crazy, but it's just what I do. So I was going to show y'all really quick. I'm going to make a whole separate video on this because now I'm already all kinds of sidetracked and I done lost what I was doing. But this is not the right step. Right here. Okay. So this is what I was going to show y'all is like how I make my old papers. So like this paper, like these were the same. Let me move this so it doesn't distract from that. So this paper here is like one of those old French letters, and when you get some like originals, you'll notice a lot of times they're ripped right there because this goes in there like that. Like this is how they would mail it. And then and this would be like the wax seal would actually be right here, you know, and then they just open it like that and it would kind of rip that off. So what I like to do is I take that piece or another piece and put underneath whenever I make the wax seal. And their wax seals were smaller than like what we normally would use in ours. So I'm not sure why, but a lot of time, or the ones that I have that are originals, the wax seals are actually smaller than my wax seals, so I'm not sure, like my little stamp thing. Okay, so this is one of the papers. So this is this one. And you want to make sure that you get some that you can print double-sided. So you can get the front and back to that document. So here's the front I printed, and here's the back. And so you can see like that little mark right there is right here. Now, if I just printed this out and printed something else or left this blank, you know, you wouldn't be able to tell, but it looks like the original document because it has a front and a back. And there's a lot of these on Etsy. You can find them. Some of these you can even find for free. You can find the front and back printable. So that's what I do. I just printed it out, front and back of the document. And then I will crinkle it and break the fibers down in the paper. So I like to take it and let me show you on here. So after I like rip all the papers out, and I'll fold it on the lines several times like this, and I'll fold it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The main trick that I like though is I do this like that to break down the fibers of the paper. And so it'll start doing this, and it gets softer and softer and softer the more you do it. So I just do this, and I will do it all the way. I'll do it like this whole sheet. I will just break down all of the fibers of the paper, and then it feels really soft, and it gives it like a whole different texture, and it feels old. It's comparable to like original old documents that I have. So here's one example that I did, and it doesn't have this stamp is not like an actual stamp. It's like a ink stamp. So I didn't put a stamp on there because it's not an actual like real stamp. Here is another example. So this document, actually, I fooled people with this one. Like I was just trying it out just to see if it would actually work, and it did. So this one I stuck in the middle of some other ones like it. And I should have brought them over here, but I didn't think about that I was going to do this part on this video. But I stuck it in the middle of some other ones, and it fooled them. But really, this is a printable. So here's this front page right here. And then here's the back page right here. And they line up perfect. So whenever you trim it out, however, if you tear, you know, cut or use your ruler, however. And then what I do a lot of times, how I like to do my edges, like to get like these rolled and kind of, it's more of a like a natural, you know, like roll to the page and tear. Is what I do is I just hold the edge down, and this is gonna look weird, okay, but it works. So I just put my fingers, and I put my nails to the edge of the paper right here like this, and I just do this. I know it sounds weird, it probably looks funny, but I do this to all the edges of the pages, like all the way around. I will do that all the way around, and you will get like a natural, like how this one kind of like folded and tore right there. This one right here kind of folded and tore. Like, that's how I do that. I know it's looking weird, but you just do that. Act like you're a little cat or a dog scratching at the door. And there you go. And you'll get your, like, kind of a natural edge to it, like an aging to the edge. And then this actually happened naturally too. And I like to put little holes sometimes in there. But whenever I do that rolling thing like this, and you break those fibers down, sometimes it'll get really weak in one spot if you overdo it. So I just kept overdoing it, and it got a little tear in it. And then also you got to remember these papers, like over time, the oils on our hands is what is aging the papers, and like, you know, well, not the only thing, but like that's what's helping break it down. So, I will add in a little bit of extra color for the natural spots your hands would go, like how I'm holding the paper right now. These are like the natural spots people would hold it to look at the page, or, you know, to read the document. So at the edges, just kind of slightly right here in the middle, like here's the whole thing, just kind of in the middle right here, I'll add a little bit of extra inking. Like, I didn't ink anywhere on this page except for a little bit right here and a little bit right here, because this is how you would normally, like, the natural, you know, to read the document. And we have like oils and dirt and stuff on our hands, so that's why I do that. So that's that one. And then I have one more. Since I'm doing all this in this video, I'm not probably gonna make another video for the, I was supposed to do this for a separate video. Now I'm just gonna put it all in this one video. Here's another document. Here it is printed. This is it printed out front and back. And see, you can see the image from the scan. It kind of picked up from this side. So whenever you print it out, here's this one, and here's this one. And it just folds up. And I didn't put a wax seal on this one. See, and it would go like that. Like, I'd put a wax seal here, and you would kind of tuck it in there and fold it over. And there you go. And this one also just has like an ink stamp for the postage. So it doesn't need an actual stamp, which you could put a stamp on it if you wanted to. Either way, it doesn't matter. But this one also looks very genuine. This one looks really close to some of the other ones that I have. I was kind of surprised how well, you know, that it came out. And it started out like that. So it looks really nice. But the main key, like the secret ingredient to making your pages look old, is you have to flatten them back out. So when I order old papers, or when I get the box in of all the old documents, like the actual real vintage antique documents, even if it's a letter, they'll all be flat like this, and they'll be in an envelope or some kind of a file folder or something, and they've been laying flat, you know, and compressed on all these papers and books and, you know, all that stuff for a long time. So what I do is, after I fold, and I'll fold it, and I'll, you know, I'll get my little folder, my bone folder, and just smash it down. And I'll do it this way too, though. And I'll, you know, make sure that crease is really good. After I do all that, and I crinkle it and crumple it and break down the pages and the fibers and all that, then I stack it under a huge stack. I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 huge books, and they're thick, that I put on top of these these papers. And then what it does is it kind of flattens it back out, and it gives you that more of an authentic look. So you don't want to leave it like all wrinkly, you know, like you want to put it under a heavy stack of books and flatten it back out. I know that sounds like you're doing the opposite, but trust me, it makes a difference to crinkle them and fold and do all the stuff and ink and all the stuff, tear the pages and all that, and then put them under something and flatten them back out. Like, just leave them under a stack of books, and you'll see that it does make a difference. It actually helps it look that much more authentic, if that makes sense. Okay, so, let's see. Let me see what time I'm at. Oh, I'm at 49. Okay, I better wait before I move on to the next thing and do that in the next video. And I need to go get a drink because my throat is really, it's really dry. It's hurting so bad right now. Okay, so that's it. That's going to be it for this one. And I'm going to continue working on this. I may end up doing something different, but we're going to have the sloppy journal. Is definitely going to go to her. I hope she likes it because I just feel so horrible, y'all. I feel so bad that all that beautiful stuff is just like sitting somewhere in a building and no one knows like all the goodness that is in that package. Anyways, I need to get off of that. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video, and I will see you for the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.